When Sonny and Cher got divorced, I was 5. I was 5. And it broke my heart. It freaked me out. It's like divorce is the biggest evil of, it's just something that saddened me. I remember when Sonny and Cher got divorced when I was 6. And it rattled me. It was real. Sonny and Cher getting a divorce, devastating.
Get over yourself.
Devastating. Oh, hello, everyone. I am 4 minutes late. I apologize. I blame it on Sonny. It's all his fault. It's always the man. It's always the man. I had an everything bagel with cheese and chia seeds right before this. And I was just getting ready to go on, and I realized I have to brush my teeth. It was going to drive me nuts because those little seeds, they get in every little crevice of your teeth. So, all right. Good to see everybody. We are hitting season number 2. Yes, starting season 2 today. Looking forward to it. Let me say hi to some people before we jump right in there. We have Lynn Skinner here right at the top. Of course, our favorite moderator extraordinaire at every live stream. Always right at the top too. Thank you, Lynn. You're the best. Hello, Anna from Sweden. Oh, she had to tap out. Yes. Oh, the kids are home. Kids are home, so she had to get to bed. Understandable, because we're on at 1 o'clock in the morning in Sweden. So she'll catch us later. That is Alwyn the Mini Chef's mom. Hello to Kitty. Hello to Soshitel. Hey there, Wendy. You definitely need this tonight. Excellent. Glad you're here. All right. Mama Squirrel's here. Hey. Good to see you. Susan Shea. Hey. Joni. Catch a few more before I start. Amy. Want a pizza me? Hello. Lucy. Hi, Lucy. Take 2. Blunty's here. Hi. Oh, I'm glad you made it. Connie, hello. Lucy, you got laid off. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope something comes your way. You've already taken your drink when you heard the word experience. I mean, whenever we hear the word experience, all us sister friends will never be the same. Like, we can never hear that word again and be the same. We will always think of each other and Cody, sadly. We'll try to think of each other and just laugh about it and try not to think of Cody. All right, Tracy's here. Hi, from Tracy's Fractured History and More. Carly's here in the house. Hi, Carly. Brittany K, good to see you. Lisa F, hello. Joni's here. Oh, lots of people. Life with a Kiss. Or Life with AKSS. Life with a Kiss. And Living an Eclectic Life. Good to see you. Mama Corpse Maker. All the oldies and goodies. Vixen. Stephanie. Liberty Lisa. Deborah. Maddie V. Robin, hello. Tracy was number 36 hitting the like button. Thank you very much. Hit that like button and let us know what number you were when you do. A little number pops up when you hit the like button. Tell us what number you were. Vixen was 44. Hi, Tina. Stacy, did I say hi? I can't remember now. Hi, Nicole. I think I skipped over you. Lisa's here. Lisa Gasca. Lisa F is in the house as well. Kite is here. Lots of people. Jennifer W. Hello. AKA Mama. All right. I'm going to get going. Hi, Becky, number 36. Thanks for hitting that like button. Okay. We are going to jump in. Hey there, Mary, number 37. We are at episode number 1, season 2. Okay. Let me just write this down. Episode 1. And this is when they go to New York City. I do believe I didn't enjoy this episode that much, if I recall that correctly. It's like a little fussing over taking pictures in Times Square, talking about where Cody's going to stay in which hotel room, and then just the interviews. I don't know. I don't know. I guess because season 1 was a little bit more really following the family, that like to begin season 2, it's like now we're doing sort of I was going to say the Hollywood thing, but it's really the New York thing. And it just was a huge step aside from the let's just follow these unique, unusual individuals. Yeah. You know, and I've said this before, but one of the really beautiful things, if you will, about Sister Wives at the beginning is that they were themselves. They were awkward and uncomfortable, but they weren't like all the reality TV shows that do full hair and makeup before they always get on set. And they make a point to promote the business of their husband and wearing all the garb, the hat, the t-shirt, the everything else that would advertise for them. Like, it's just, they were just themselves. It was just their family. And that's what was attractive, endearing, what drew me to it. So this episode was kind of like, okay. Okay. All right. Here we go. Becky said this was a boring episode. Hi, Becky. Did I say hi, Becky? I may have missed you. Oh, your on-demand doesn't have it. You know what? My TLC doesn't have any of these seasons anymore. They took it all off. They have like season 5, season 8, and then like 17 through 19. That's it. It's crazy. So I'm on Max watching this, catching it on Max. Isn't that crazy? Oh, yeah, here. Wendy's Front Yard. Thanks for pointing this out. I have subscribed, and I haven't even responded to the email when Mama Squirrel let me know about her channel, because I'm like very far behind in responding to my email. So I'm sorry to all of you who have emailed me and I haven't given you a response. I will. They go to my personal email, so I see them first, but I don't respond from my personal email. I have to go back to my Senior Perspective email, and it just takes me a minute to get back over there. Life. So that's why I haven't responded yet. But Mama Squirrel has her own channel, and she covers Sister Wives with her own puppets. And it's quite funny. The Brown TP family. So do follow. All right. Jennifer wants to know, was this trip to New York City part of Robin's vision board? Oh, yeah, I think so. Well, Oprah was. Oprah's not in New York City, though. She's in Chicago. But I'm sure NYC was on her vision board, too. I'm sure we'll find out about it in this episode. Lisa's number 60. Amy's 61. Okay, thank you, everybody, for hitting the like button. I appreciate it. It's all gone from your TLC, too. Yeah, what's up with TLC taking all the Sister Wives stuff off? I don't understand. Discovery Plus still has it. Okay, so it's on Discovery Plus and it's on Max. Go figure. Why? Because TLC comes in your cable package. You don't pay extra for it. You pay extra for Discovery Plus. You pay extra for Max. It's all about the dollar. Mm-hmm. That's true. Max does have Big Love. I'm going to have to start. I got to write myself a note about that. I do have to start watching that. I listen to my notes because I still haven't done my Keep Sweet voice with my husband. But I will. He's in a good mood now because he got his taxes done today. Rarely does the man do. We file extensions 98% of the years we've been married. No, we just need to get a tax, but we're going to get a tax person for next year because my 3 businesses, it's crazy. The amount of work I have to do is too much. So he's agreed. All right. So what am I saying? Max. No, I have Max. Big Love. Watch. I have to write myself notes because I don't have a whole lot of free time. So when I do, I get overwhelmed with the shows that I'm already watching and I don't know where to go. And this absolutely horrible show, but I can't stop watching it, is on. And I think it's the final season, which is what makes me want to watch it even more because now I know it's over. And I have a little bit of OCD. So I usually like to watch things to its completion. Or like if there's a series on that people are like, this is so good. You don't really have to watch them from the start. You can just join at any point. I'm like, no, I got to start at season 1, episode 1. I shouldn't say that's completely true. I drop off on things. All the Housewives. I'm officially out on all the Real Housewives shows. Don't watch any of them anymore. And I watched all of them at one point. And then eventually, one after another, they eventually all dropped off. And now none. So I don't have to watch everything to the very end. But that's not drama. Most dramas I watch to the end, unless they go on and on and on. You know, ER, Grey's Anatomy. Good shows. I just, I got other things to do. If I know it's a short-lived thing, then I'm really on board because I know that there's going to be an end. I have to watch White Lotus too. Let me write that down. I'm not sure how the season is, but I like the first one. The second one, not so much. What am I watching now? Handmaid's Tale. I'm watching Handmaid's Tale, which is a horrible show. Don't start watching it if you haven't watched it yet. But it's really well written and well directed. But the concept is horrible and frightening and devastating and creepy and gross. And here I am watching it. Okay. All right. Robin, thank you for hitting that like button. Oh, we're in the 60s already. That's awesome. Are you drinking tonight, Shanna? Tell you what, tomorrow night I'm drinking because it is the finale of the Baldwins. It is not just the season finale. It is the series finale for us. Not sure what the plans are for TLC. We will not be watching season 2 if it comes back. I guarantee you, as Mary would say. So I have my drink on tomorrow night as we celebrate the final episode. We've been having a good time making fun of it though. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Play. Let me know if you cannot hear it. Should be okay. We have little Truly standing on the island. So cute. Who was holding her hands? I missed it. I think it was.
You're just a little girl. You can't call yourself a plague.
Oh, Cody's washing dishes?
Joke about themselves being
must be at Robin's house.
They're just regular kids like anybody else's kids. There's a lot going on in our lives. It's the beginning of September, and now the kids are all going to school.
The first time in public school for like half of them.
If I'm counting right, 7 of the kids haven't ever been to public school before. And we're going to New York City, basically going on the news to be public about our lifestyle.
We're going to be on the Today Show, and that will be interesting. I have
no
idea what to expect.
We're coming out. We're not coming out to our friends. We're coming out to the world.
We're going to talk to the younger kids about
They're on TLC.
going to public school and the fact that it's going to be obvious that their brothers and sisters are in their same class.
It's just a lot to discuss.
It is Robin's house. I was right.
I want to be in public school.
Except Mariah.
Yeah, except for Mara.
She didn't want to go to public school this year. She tried a year in public school and just decided she didn't like it and preferred being in the private school.
We would have done this earlier, possibly, but we didn't feel like the time was right, and we didn't feel like the kids were ready.
We are having you here tonight because you're starting public school. And there's just a few things that we would like to talk to you about.
We've talked about whether or not to put kids in school, in the public school system for years.
Well, I kind of feel like putting them out in the public school is a little bit part of our coming out.
Well, I don't know, but for me, ultimately, we didn't put them in the private school to hide. I think we started out in homeschool, and then they moved to the private school, and I did worry about public school because I was worried about the influences they would be introduced to. I don't know if we would make this decision if we lived somewhere else because the schools in our area, honestly, are high quality. We have something that's kind of different in our family. What's different in our family? We're polygamists. We're polygamists, right? Okay, so now we're going to go to school and people are going to know, right? They're going to know, and they're not going to have the same lifestyle.
I think for the most part, kids nowadays are pretty open-minded.
Yes.
Kids are being taught tolerance at school now. And I remember growing up in school and being taught the value of civil rights and the value of tolerance. It's not just taught now, it's a morality.
And I'm grateful for that.
I am too.
I feel different about the kids though. I've always put my kids in a private school. And part of it is because when I was going to school, I was okay, but my brothers and sisters were picked on and bullied. It wasn't known that I was a polygamist, but it was known that they were. And so I didn't want my kids in the public school system because of that. I'm nervous a little bit that they'll get teased, but what I'm nervous about more is that it'll stop them from making friends.
I'm actually kind of excited. I was a little hesitant at first because my little babies, I don't know how they'll be, but I mean, once I met the school principal and stuff, I'm like, yeah.
Having met the principal and some of the teachers, I'm very impressed. I'm very excited for the kids. Hey, Madison. What time is it up? You gonna get up now? What time? Okay. Hey, you go to shower this morning?
I took a shower yesterday.
All right. Looks like everybody's up and ready to go.
Well, Aspen's stressing out, that's why.
Aspen's stressing out.
We're stressing out because she's running late.
We started curling at 5 o'clock this morning, and now that it's 6:20.
You're kidding.
Yeah, this is
Why
such a labor of love.
What grade are you in?
Yes, the 6th grade. Nope, and the kindergarten school. Oh, yeah.
I still want summer to continue on. I am not looking forward to school.
We have a little bit of a change this year. Christine will be home more than she was last year because she has Truly. So she'll be starting to do some breakfast and stuff for my younger kid.
Yeah, it's down on the edges, but not there. I don't know, it's just taking its time today. The actual breakfast is still
When
kind
you
of long.
your finger.
I'm a little stressed out. And I'll be stressed out probably for a couple of days until I get used to the routine.
Christine,
Okay.
I'm leaving.
When I come back. What?
You're supposed to drop everything and come running to me. We homeschooled our kids for a lot of years. And I think that experience actually melded the family. And then when Robin was coming in the family, I thought it would be a very good way to actually help the families merge by having them all go to public school together.
Dayton, ready for your first day of school? Give you just a few minutes to start waking up, okay? All right. Today is Aurora and Brianna and Dayton's first day back at school. Are you ready for your first day of school? I mean, that's exciting. That's fun. What's more important about that is this is the first day of school now since Cody and I are married, and since now they are polygamous children, and they are going to school, public school, with their brothers and sisters. Hi.
My kids have never talked about this and never, addressed this with their friends and with their teachers. And so this was the first time they're ever saying, look, these are my brothers and sisters. I'm from a polygamous family. But I was nervous because when I was a child and I was in public school, I kept it a secret all those years. So for me, my kids going to public school and being out where I hadn't my whole life, it was like, okay, we can do this.
You went to public school and you weren't polygamous. Robin, you're an idiot.
Being in my own house away from the main house or the big house, I feel disconnected sometimes. One of the things that I really loved about the family was the fact that Cody had access to wives and kids at all times. And that he was going, up and downstairs and checking on everybody and seeing how everybody was doing. I really like this idea. And so, yeah, being over in my own house, the kids and I aren't a part of that.
I actually like the one house for everybody because it gives a stronger family identity, I feel like.
I agree. I'm looking forward to
the merger of Robin's children will actually be a better experience, I think, with us all in the same house. See you later.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye.
Oh, I'm excited, but not nervous. A little bit I might lose some friends. I'm nervous a little bit I might lose some.
Only because your parents are making such a big deal out of
When we were
it.
at the school, the teacher said, write down things about yourself. And Dayton goes, yeah, write down stuff like my family. I'm from a polygamous family and in the classroom. And I went like this, even though we're all introducing ourselves, I still kind of froze because I was like, who heard that? Is it going to be okay? Is it going to be something that
You had a whole season on television, Robin. Oh my God.
Right? Really?
She's so stupid. She thinks we're idiots.
So at the school, you have to fill out the emergency contact information. Well, I have always put Mary and Janelle on my forms, and under the other, because it's like the name, the phone number, and then how they're related to the person. Relationship. I've always left it blank, or I've put mom's friend or things like that. I put other mom.
And all the other families, not just polygamous families, but there's probably a lot of other families that might feel like they have to be secretive about whatever. This is extremely liberating.
I actually am not going to change the way I fill mine out. I've always listed Christine and Mary and now Robin as aunts because that's kind of what's traditionally done.
Aunt?
When did they
We're
announce
not
their
aunts.
aunt? I announced their aunt.
That to me feels like all the years that the other polygamists hiding in society had to say, oh, that's my uncle.
I don't really care because I'm just giving him permission to take him out of school. So I don't feel like I need to say, I'm going to just tell you now, flaunt this. So I'm not filling mine out any different than I have in past years.
There you go. It's no big
I
deal.
told my friend we're polygamous.
It's no big deal.
I don't like public school, so I don't want to go there.
We're going ice blocking. This was the last day that we did something as a family before we flew to New York and announced to the world we were polygamous.
If it's actions that speak louder than words.
Oh, are they going to let me mute this?
Versatile, adventure-ready new BMW X3 show you what we mean.
Hang on. Ten seconds.
The BMW
6
X3,
seconds.
the ultimate
3
driving
seconds.
machine.
If you think you might be pregnant,
If I don't hit mute before that first commercial, it doesn't let me mute it. Okay. Okay, I gotta think. So they recorded their first season. Okay. It was in production, editing, and whatnot over the summer. It came out in the fall. This is season 2. It looks like they're just going back to school. So this would be a whole year later, right? There's no other way around it because that whole first season would have been aired, and then they would have been, okay, so, well, maybe while season 1 is being aired, season 2 is being recorded. So maybe there is a chance they're recording season 2 at the same time season 1 is being aired and they're going back to school. I guess there's a possibility. Because we're on season 2, so these comments about how they're so nervous about this and nervous about that is just, it's driving me crazy, but I'm trying to think logistically about this and give them the benefit of the doubt. I guess there is a possibility that this got released in September and school started at the end of August, and maybe Sister Wives hasn't even come out yet, and so they don't really know about them, or they don't know about polygamy, and they don't even know about the show. Okay. Look at me giving the benefit of the doubt. Look at me being nice to people like Robin. Who am I? You'd think that I was drinking. Oh, goodness. Okay. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. It would make sense. It would make sense that they would start recording because they would have been editing over the summer and they could start. They would have just known. They wouldn't have waited till the episode aired. They would have already picked up season 2. Maybe they just decided by the end of, they had enough good stuff that they were definitely going to do at least one more season. All right. All right. Okay. 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 Look at me. Okay, we're going on. Here we go.
Where's my big girl? Oh,
little Truly, the baby's so cute. 5 months old she is right now. Okay, hold on. We can do it based on that. Truly's 5 months old. Yeah, so this is right at the end of the summer. It's okay. All right, this is right when season 1 started airing that they're recording for season 2. All right, there you go. All right, here we go. Get me being all nice and grown up. I'm adulting today.
The kids are going to come home soon, so I get to hear about their first day of school. Today, I'm only worrying somewhat that they won't get along very well, that they'll be teasing. I don't know. They won't know what to say when someone asks them about their family, but our kids are pretty open, so I imagine they'll just blurt everything out. I have an empty house right now, and it's just new to me.
It's crickets.
Well, I mean, it's
I'm
like
completely.
do you get time to just focus on Truly? I think would be awesome. You know,
I'm completely bored out of my gourd. I am. I've always been busy, insane, busy for years. Always been doing so many things.
It's true.
And so I decided, after I have Truly, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just not. I'm just going to be a mom and see what that feels like. Oh, the baby, come here, buddy. Today's all about getting to know all of the kids, and they've all had to bring a little bit about themselves and all of that. I'm hoping that the other school kids are going to treat our kids okay. I'm really glad there's a lot of our kids going. Power in numbers.
Aspen comes home first.
Hey, so tell me about your day.
My teacher, he's like way boring. Like sitting there like,
really?
shut
Logan, what did you say?
Any food?
Logan,
Any food.
He wants food.
Can I go to Christine's to see if there's food?
Right.
I go to Christine's to see if there's food.
Ah!
If I want a real meal after a whole week of
Cody
working
goes to
and
Christine's.
eating sandwiches, I'm like, I'm going to see what's in Christine's fridge.
Hey, there's some shizla cake left from breakfast. We had hamburgers for lunch, so there's some hamburger buns. Homemade buns. I love being a home mom. All through growing up, all I wanted to do was be a mom.
My first day back at my old
Mariah.
school, it was really fun.
Mariah is going back to the private church school that she had been in previously and that the rest of our kids have been in. And it is a cooperative of people in our faith that got together and put the school together years ago.
I don't like public school, so I didn't want to go there again this year. I just like my other school better.
She never really explains why.
Yes.
It's like more in depth.
How was your first day?
Who played with any of their brothers and sisters today? Who did you play with?
Dave.
You did?
Brianna's like, I told my friend that we're playing with, and my friend goes, great. And then we just kept playing.
Right? Because y'all are making a big deal out of it. Kids don't care.
It's basically for a first day treat. It says my first day was a piece of cake.
That's cute.
Lunty.
Later on in the week, we're going to New York City to be on the Today Show. Earlier this week, we want to actually do something with the kids, so we're going ice blocking.
Ice blocking.
Well, watch toes. Everybody watch toes.
Ice blocking is where you get these big blocks of ice and you put a towel on top of them and take them to the top of the hill.
A steep hill.
And then sit on the block and slide.
Yeah, Kate says the same thing.
That's a great ice blocking. Yeah.
I actually think it's nice and long. We could start there if the kids manage to turn. You know, they can go and land in the sand. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's good enough.
Yeah, but I've tried to get us to go ice blocking for years. I used to go ice blocking all the time with my family.
So did I.
And I'm like,
Never heard of ice
and
blocking.
I've never been able to.
Oh, that's a good point. But Utah gets snow, but they were in more. I think they got snow where they live.
Very high morals and different and ethics and stuff, and so our kids find some very creative ways to have fun.
What?
Dates itself back to the 1800s. Fundamentalist Mormons are a little bit traditional.
Oh, I didn't really know because I grew up in
Yeah.
a church doing it.
Joseph Smith used to talk about ice
Joseph Smith went
blocking.
ice blocking.
Yes.
There are some
Cody's
even more
talking out of his
old-fashioned ways that
ass.
people used to have fun that have been kept alive in our community.
They don't harm you. They don't harm others.
And it's
it's real fun.
they keep teenagers from getting in trouble with each other.
And it's a little bit silly, which makes it a little funner.
It looks like it could be harmful.
Cody can't make anything just like simple ice blocking. It has to turn it into a we're competing, and then it's like, how many people can we line up together? Cody!
There's no snow in September. We didn't have a ski slope. We went ice blocking. It was fun.
Yeah, I think we've got hot dogs to be ready in just a minute.
We finished up ice blocking, gathered all the kids up to have a picnic. And this was the last day that we did something as a family before we flew to New York and announced to the world we were polygamous. We were a little nervous about the consequences of coming out, but I think we kind of have set this path. We've already determined this is what we're going to do. The fundamentalist Mormon community and the polygamists have become secretive in such a way as to threaten the rest of America, even if it's in their minds. And so to be transparent, I believe, makes us more safe to them. We're hoping that other fundamentalist Mormon polygamists will actually follow our example by opening their lives up, and eventually we can become an open community instead of a closed community.
But this really all will depend on how people respond to us.
I don't know. People are good. People are
Right.
open-minded. So
Yes.
much more than we would assume. That's just what I see. I think people are great, and I think people's minds are exactly where they need to be for us to be able to say, "Hey, this is our family, and you're going to find things that you really like about us."
Right, Christine.
All the adults are leaving.
Look at me hitting the mute button. Getting good, getting good. Oh, yeah. Cindy. Sounds dangerous to the groins. Yeah. Ice blocking. Even tobogganing. I remember when I go tobogganing in like high school and elementary, like middle school, high school. I didn't remember going much in elementary school. I just remember thinking it seemed dangerous. Like I felt like my fingers were going to get smashed in the ice between the sled and the ice. And I just felt like everything about it felt dangerous. And back then you had to carry your own toboggan all the way up the hill. Now they have contraptions that take them up. It was such a big deal. I'm like, why do people enjoy this? They were heavy. It was cold. It felt like I was going to get hurt. And I was just sitting on a sled. So ice blocking, I don't think I would have. I think I'm a wuss, quite frankly. Yeah. Yeah, I really was not involved in many sports as a kid because back then we didn't really have sports. I remember going to college and my roommate, I was in a triple. One of my roommates was talking about how her brother played soccer. I'm like, soccer? Soccer? That's football for all you Europeans. And I'm like, who plays soccer? Like, there were no soccer teams on my high school. Like, nobody played soccer, like, which is shocking this day. I mean, it's like heresy to say, but like, it was just a different time. Anyway, I did play some volleyball. Played softball a little bit, but I was really scared of the ball, so I wasn't very good. My dad kept telling me when they put you on teams, ask to be in right field. And then I found out later it's because that's the position that gets the ball the least. He had my back. Okay, let's go on here. Yes. Oh, see, even just sledding, you can get injured. Yes. Ice blocking is not just a Mormon thing. See, never heard of it. Never heard of it. Okay. A few notes I have taken here. All right. So some of my notes don't apply because at first I was getting really frustrated at this whole we're coming out. And I'm like, you've had a whole season, but they hadn't. So we will just disregard those things that I wrote. The snarky things on my paper. I'll just cross off. All right. Oh, his comment. You're supposed to drop everything and come running to me. There is a lot. Oops, sorry, people. I know that's loud. I couldn't hear anything, but I know to you, you can hear it. There is a lot of that in season 1 and season 2, where he instructs everybody on how they're to behave to him. You notice like he comes into a room. Where's my hug? Where's my kiss? Are you going to come to me? And here we go again. You're supposed to drop everything and come running to me. And of course, we do it with like a wink and a smile with the camera there, too. Like, I'm just joking. That's his cover always. I'm just joking. Yeah, it's a very common narcissistic trait, too, that they'll say something and then go, it was just a joke. It was just a joke. I remember Dr. Ramani taught me that. One of her channels when she was going over stuff when I was looking stuff up for Cody and characteristics of narcissism, that a common thing. And I'm like, he does that a lot. I'm going to start keeping track of them. So I wrote that down. I don't like that. I don't like that. And I don't like how he's always instructing them to worship him, basically. All right. Also, now Robin has been up there for a year, because it took a whole year to get planning for the wedding. Let me make a note of that too. And the name escapes me, but somebody provided me some good information. I need to write her too. Back about the divorce, Robin's divorce. because I want to get all that put together and make a video about that, because I need to get back on the bandwagon. We are getting back in it. I need to get back on the bandwagon, people. I need to. Y'all don't even want to know where my day went today. Oh my goodness. Anyway, talk about one thing leading to another. I got a lot done. Not what I was planning on doing. And certainly nothing in terms of recording videos, because you can see my hair's still a little damp. Just got my shower done shortly, not that long ago. That kind of day. But Robin has been there for a year. And Robin has always put her kids in public school. So this is, no big thing. So she has her kids in public school already. Now they're meshing together as a one family, and they think it's a good idea. Cody thinks, of course. And I'm sure Robin thinks it's a great idea that all the kids be together. She doesn't want her kids ostracized. All the kids are in that school. She doesn't want to pull her kids out of private school and put them in that school. She doesn't like that school. She doesn't want her kids to change. Cody, my kids have had to change so much. They had to move 3 times in the past couple of years. And now they have to change schools again. It's just not right for them. How about your kids just change once? That just seems right. There's nothing wrong with the public schools here. Pull them all out, all 13 of them, so that my 3 don't have to change. Of course, when she moved there, she could have put her kids into the school, the AUB school system. Or could she? Because was she even AUB? Miss, I lived polygamy my whole life? I don't know. Do you have to be maybe part of the AUB church to attend that school? Possibly. Maybe she wasn't even permitted into it. I think that's a very big possibility now that I think about it. So that maybe was why she put her kids in public school. Because I'm sure she would have wanted to put her kids where the rest of the brown kids were. Become part of the culture. It would be like digging her nails in even deeper to solidify the fact that she was going to be part of this family, get this marriage solidified. I bet she couldn't get into that school till she was married into the Brown family. Somehow, like she was ostracized based on the divorce or something. Or maybe not even yet divorced yet. There's scandal in there. There's scandal in there somehow. Right? I mean, call me crazy. Why would she not just put her kids in the same school with the rest of the kids? Why would she take them and put them into a public school? She wouldn't want them in a public school. She would want them with the rest of the kids. The only reason she wouldn't put them with the rest of the kids and help solidify and ensure that this marriage was going to happen is if she couldn't. She wasn't allowed to. She was prohibited from doing it. So I think it's because when she first got there, still wasn't divorced legally. And therefore, there was probably a big no-no on the part of the church. And they were like, yeah, no, you're still married to somebody else. You can't be engaged in marital infidelity, basically, because he was going over and spending nights over there. It's a good question from a Kelty. I wonder if she would answer it. Where did Cody stay when he was over there? Okay. Just to find out if he officially stayed there, because just staying in that house, I'm sure, is a sin. There's no reason he needed to, especially after she moved to Lehigh. There's no reason he needed to spend the night. Once you go to sleep, you go to sleep. He could have gone back to one of the other wives' house in the same city. He didn't need to spend the night there if he's just sleeping on the couch. What's the point, right? Okay. We are getting to the bottom of this, sister friends, aren't we? Okay. And I love the scene of so good. Oh, it's so good. Okay. Hold on. Do I have, you know what I need to do? I need to make like puppets for all the people in the Brown family. This is what I need to do with my oodles of spare time in my life. Wouldn't that be fun though? I think. Oh goodness. I had something here that I was gonna bring out and show you all. But I don't believe it's here anymore. No, it's not. All right. Well, so much for that idea. Okay. What was I going to talk about? Oh, so Logan goes walking through the living room, and Christine is sitting there, and he mumbles something, and she's like, "What, Logan?" Because she asked him how his day was, and he mumbled something, and she's like, "What? What'd you say?" And he said, "Do you have something to eat?" And it's just so sweet because it was like it was his house, like truly treated, not truly the girl. He honestly and truly treated Christine as if she was another mom to him and treated her home like it was his own. He just walked through the door, walked right through the living room, didn't even acknowledge her. It wasn't even like, huh, like there weren't the social graces of uncomfortability, even of like just even acknowledging, hey, here to raid your fridge, nothing. Like he just walked in like it was his home. I mean, if it were my kid, I'd want them to even acknowledge me if they just walked in from, like, say hi when you get home from school before you go to the kitchen. But no, like he's that comfortable there. It was so good. And as they're talking about it, they said, well, Logan knows, if you want food, that's where you go. And everyone's just going to raid Christine's refrigerator. And Robin just sits there with a smile and nods. Like she's learning this early on. This is what we do in the Brown family. We just walk in the door and go to the refrigerator and get food. This is how it is. And Cody straight up says, well, that's what I do. If I need or want food, I go to Christine's house. All right. I just want to keep this very clear because there is a time, I have to go back and find it at some point, but it was season 17 or was it 18 where Cody made some sort of snide remark about how Christine doesn't cook or clean. Remember that? Keep track of this. Make a note. So if I find that again, I can put them together and put it in a video. And then finally, the last thing I want to make a comment about, and I'm sorry I had a lot to say about this, but this was shocking to me. A lot of things popped up that I didn't expect. Robin saying our kids have higher morals. I should do a separate video on this. This made me so angry. Have higher morals. So that's why they went ice blocking, because they have to look for unique ways to go out and find fun. What the heck is she talking about? What on God's green earth is she talking about? What is the rest of the world doing that is so horrific? I am telling you, all my kids did all the things that all the kids do in public high schools and all that, minus a small few handful of things that would be outside the bounds of what mother would allow. Okay, they didn't do drugs and they weren't going out and getting drunk on the weekends, but they had all the fun. They did all the things. They went everywhere. They hung out with everyone. They went to every event. They went to every party. They went to every social thing at the school. They went to all the games, all the sporting events. constantly at the local ice cream parlor hanging out. They were going to local concerts in the park and that the city would hold. They go downtown to events and take the subway together and that. It was good, clean fun. They were good kids. All their friends were good kids. They were a huge group. They were all athletes and that. Nobody got in any trouble ever. They were all good kids. They have this misconception that, like, if you're not AUB, you're a heathen. Like, they seem to think that really outside their culture, everybody's bad. It's this big, horrible world, all misbehaving. Like, no, stop watching the news. That's not what it's like in the world. The majority of the world knows how to laugh and have fun without doing things that are illegal and immoral. Just saying. She doesn't get it. So I don't like her little holy roller, higher than thou reasoning for ice blocking. It was fun. It looked like the kids were having a ball. That's great. It looked unique. I give her that. If it's a family tradition, a cultural tradition, a societal tradition, a religious tradition, a whatever, geographic tradition, great. But don't say you're doing it because you're more pious than everybody else. Yeah, not. Because you're looking a fool using that as your excuse. Just saying, Robin. Okay. All right. Oh, did you? Robin in her high moral ground, but had to get married. Oh, yes. Such a good point. I guess the ice block wasn't between her legs. Oh, yes. Of all people, the one that had all the boyfriends too, Maddie. Well, Robin told us about all the guys that she was with. Knocked up. Shotgun Wedding Girl is preaching to us on the values and morals of their family. Thank you, Robin Brown. That landed like a lead ball. Moving on. Here we go. Okay. Uh-oh, this kept playing. That's okay. We're going to go back and find where we were. Nope, not there. Not there. Oh, I just see her sitting in the interview going. Her face. Okay. Oh, that's still ice blocking. I think we saw all this. I don't remember seeing this, though. Oh, yeah, I saw some of this. Okay, I did see this. Let me make sure I saw this. Gotta listen.
Something as a family before we flew to New York. And
oh, yeah. Okay. Here we go.
We're kind of saying, hello, America, here we are.
So they're in their house early in the morning getting ready to go. Cody's running around like a frantic.
We're becoming public.
Cody can't find his socks.
And we're going to go do that today. And we're all very, very excited.
They're announcing to the world that they're polygamous.
Maddie rolls her eyes.
And it's pretty scary. We don't know how they're going to take to us.
It's a little bit nerve-wracking, I suppose, just because just stepping into the big unknown.
Mary looks like she has a black eye.
Be all over the news, announcing to the world that I am essentially a polygamist coming up.
I.
To the point where
not our family. I
get pushed off the cliff or we jump. I guess we're gonna jump.
We're coming to this point where it's like, okay, we really are going to do this. We're going to cross this this line that we've talked about for months and months and months, and we'll see what happens. And the anticipation or the black hole of what's waiting for us is scarier, I think, than what the actual experience will be.
Let's see, packing right here. The reason that I packed in Mary's living room is because I've got stuff in the whole house, and her house is in the middle.
I got to go everywhere to get my stuff, so I'm just centralized.
I gathered stuff from Christine's, from Janelle's, from Mary's, and I brought it all into her living room. And then I stuffed it all in.
I know, nobody feels sorry for me having to go everywhere to get my stuff, but you just have to.
It is the middle of the house. Right, Mary's living room is almost dead center, and that's the reason I packed there.
That's funny.
My mother-in-law,
It's so funny.
She's Janelle's mother. She's going to watch kids while we're going to New York City.
I know that my mom's coming to watch the kids. We have older kids who can help with the younger kids.
Well, your mom.
My mom's
And
coming.
we have
My mom's coming.
we have a grandmas. We have a
Cody,
group of grandmas.
I
That's
think
the
my
greatest thing
mom's
about
coming.
our world. We have lots of grandmas.
No.
He looks so confused.
I'm leaving.
I think my
Trudy at
mom's
home.
coming.
This is your first time to be separated from us.
Oh, I'm having a really hard time with leaving her. She's teething and she was coughing last night, and I'm like, what am I gonna do?
It's a good thing my mom's coming because
I don't.
I'm having a hard time. No.
a grandma.
No, there's no way. It would overwhelm Aspen and McKelty too much, but they're going to still help. But all the sisters are going to help. I'm sure that Mariah's going to come help and just take care of her and make sure she's okay. But
It's kind of one of those things I've always wanted to do all my life, just, be more open about it. Hopefully open up the mind of society. And, I'm nervous about that. Nervous about the gazillion questions I'll get about the lifestyle. It's always unusual to come out and do something different than what's normal to everybody else. And to stand up and be different. And yeah, that makes me nervous.
Because I've been so closed about my lifestyle and everything.
You have no lifestyle.
It's completely be out. It's like it's free and it's liberating, but it's also very scary and it's a very, very foreign thing. I've sat here my whole life guarding everything that I say and watching everything that I do.
Got nothing to
not
guard.
give away these clues.
There's no
But
clues.
Now I don't have to do that anymore. And
Oh my God.
Because the cat's out of the bag.
If they only lived in another state, there's nothing to hide.
For the whole world to see. And yes, this is me.
You're such a liar.
Here I am.
Robin. Liar. Liar. Underline.
Media these days about plural marriage. Not everybody has child brides. Not everybody has welfare fraud and cheats on their insurance or taxes or
I bet you guys do.
or abuses their kids. You know what I mean?
Not that.
And they usually take showers and baths in the morning. And then you can just help them pick out clothes and they eat breakfast and we help them make breakfast and stuff. I love you, buddy. I gotta go, okay? Be safe, okay? Love you. What? I gotta go. I love you. Be good. Be safe, okay? Bye.
Got my bag, baby?
Yes, I do.
All right, well, here I am ready.
I bet Mama Alice came too.
Because this is scary. I mean, we've had some public exposure, but now this is really big. This is national. Everybody, the whole world's going to see us, and that's a little scary. Love you.
That's what I love you.
Have fun, be good.
Have fun at school. All right.
Today's show, what?
Okay. Christine's leaving Truly, who's 5 months old. We'll have to keep track of the first time that Robin was able to leave Solomon alone. Was it before he was 2? I'm not so sure. Wait, I'm sure I have another note here. Oh, I'm going to have to go back. This might end up having to be another video. I don't know if it's going to be a video in and of itself, but I may be a combination with another video. I might create another folder. I just love how Cody was talking all about. Everyone was talking about the family coming out and what it's going to be like and how it's going to be unique for all of them and how they're all sharing this experience and how it's going to be scary for all of them. And then Cody's like, I'm coming out as a polygamist, so I'm going to be. It's all about him. Who cares, Cody? Nobody cares about you. You're not the one that's going to get ostracized in all of this either. At worst, some guy might go, way to go, dude. That's it. Some woman might go, pig. Other than that, that's about it. Your kids, they're the ones that are going to get the brunt of it. Like, your family's weird. That's a possibility. But in the end, really, kids don't care. I mean, if somebody would have told me that when I was in elementary school or middle school, I would have been like, okay. Like, what? Okay. You know, like when you're a kid, you're just open to whatever. You're learning. You know? That's just the way it is. Okay, can we go play now? Does that mean you can't play with me anymore? No, we can still play. Okay, can we go play? Okay, Cody running around like a chicken with his head cut off. I think we've already seen that once, right? We did see that in season 1. So here we are, season 2, still doing it. I mean, he's always done it, but. And Robin and her lies about her tumultuous life, hiding, worrying, petrified of being found out. Of what? Of what? Her mother, her biological father left when she was young. I don't believe he may have had another wife. I don't believe there were other kids. Like, I don't think there was a polygamous lifestyle going on. And if there was, I don't think that they went to a public school at that time. But I don't even think there was that. Like, and she was very young. She maybe 7 at the time. And was she 7 when Uncle Daddy came? See, I have a mental block for Robin. It's really not like her. I should write this all down. There's another note I'm going to write for myself. Do a Robin chronological timeline. Robin, when does Bio Dad leave? When does Uncle Daddy arrive? When does Uncle Daddy adopt? Well, no, he never adopted her. When does Uncle Daddy marry? Okay. I guess we could say, when does she change her name? Because she changed her name to Sullivan. Wait, was his name Sullivan? Merrick. Was Merrick her original name? I think Merrick was her original name. And then after the divorce, she must have kept Merrick, but then she took Sullivan, which is Uncle Daddy's name. And yeah, that's it. And then she got married and then took what was his? Oh, right, Jessup. And then she took Brown. That's how she ended up with 4 names. Okay. So that's what I have to figure out, kind of what years those were and how old she was. Not that it really matters in the big picture of things, but anyway. You know, this is true, Kathy. Why try? And if I tried to use the book to figure it out with the contradictions and the loosey-goosey timelines in there, I'd really lose my mind. Really lose my mind. Oh. Alice and her kids lie and say he is an uncle, then her mom is a second wife and he's a stepdad. Geez, that sounds really bad when Robin says it out loud. Right. Right? Like, why did she even share that information? She should have kept that under wraps if she was calling him uncle all that time before he became daddy. I mean, I know he wasn't real uncle, but like, yeah, it's like, I think Alice wanted to get in really close to him. So it's like, we're just going to call them uncle, which means that she would have been calling aunt. She never talks about Uncle Daddy's wife as aunt something, does she? She doesn't talk about her at all, quite frankly. The only time we ever heard about Uncle Daddy's wife is Cody making a negative comment about her once. That's it. Bio dad, Robert Mayer. Yeah, okay. I should actually write that down. Now I just need to get like how old she was when all this happened. And how long after, well, yeah. And then when did the marriage happen? When did the divorce happen with Bio Dad? And when did the marriage happen with Uncle Daddy? Wendy's Front Yard, you're on it. Yeah. Okay. So Robert Merrick is a Bio Dad. Is M-A-R? I always thought it was Merrick, M-A-R-E-C-K. But that's how I pronounce it. I might be wrong on that. Because again, it's Robin and I don't really care that much. But I also don't want to put out erroneous information. And then Uncle Daddy, Paul Sullivan. So I do want to keep straight how old she was when different things happened. And the reason being because of her claim to fame of one, this polygamous lifestyle that she has, and also just the torment and the secrets that she had to keep. And I'm like, what secrets? What secrets? And I'm pretty sure Robert Merrick had another wife, but I seem to remember, and see, now this isn't on the show, so this is what makes me hesitant to even repeat it. But I thought he kind of left Alice for another woman. So, but I don't think he was married to another one. Like, I think he just left her and went to another one. But it's possible that he married another one and then just thought, I'm done with Alice, and then took off with the other wife. But there's never a mention of Robin having any other siblings from Bio Daddy. So I don't think that there were children involved prior to him divorcing Alice. I'm pretty sure he had kids afterwards, but so I think she has step siblings. Well, they would have been step siblings either way, but you know what I'm saying. Post-divorce step siblings. Okay. All right. DJ Tag, I'm with you. Well, they knew each other because they all lived by each other before Paul moved down to Vegas with the first wife, Linda, I think her name was. So they did know of each other, which would make it understandable that Robin was calling him Uncle Paul. So when they were in the trailers in the compound area, which like a polygamous area, polygamous compound area. So, I mean, I guess if you want to call that, living polygamy, you can. That, if your neighbors are polygamists. I mean, to me, that's not. I mean, to me, if that Brown family lived in that house and nobody else in the whole city was a polygamist, that is living polygamy versus living in a compound down in the valley somewhere where everybody there is a member of this same church and they're all living a polygamous lifestyle, but you're not. You're just living monogamy in your own trailer and you attend a church where other people are living the lifestyle together with multiple wives and kids that call each other siblings even when they're from different different moms and they don't call each other step siblings at all. They really see each other as siblings, which is nice. I think it's a lovely thing, actually. That is polygamy to me, not what Robin did. What the Browns are doing is what they did. So I don't think it's a matter of where you live, where your home happens to be in terms of geography. It's your lifestyle. She didn't have a polygamous lifestyle that I can see. I might be wrong. I wasn't there. Call me crazy. I need to watch more of Melanie's channel. I've been slacking lately, but she gets a lot of revenue from me because when I do go to sleep, she's my go-to channel now. I always have one person who becomes one sister wife person who becomes my go-to person. And I've gone through like 4 different sister wife channels where they're my go-to channel when I go to bed at night. I don't make it very long before I fall asleep, but I pee a lot during the night. So I get up. So then I go back and I put it on again. So there's multiple. I mean, I watch the same episode 6 times a night before I can actually get through the whole thing. And sometimes I still like the next morning, I'm like, I got to watch more of this. So, but she has so much content, I can get through it all. So I'm sure a lot of the things I bring up, she's answered. All right. Here we go. Wendy's front yard. It's common here to call male family friends uncle. Okay. Understandable. It's just funny that it's Uncle Dad, that they become your daddy. That's the weird part. I don't think that's that unusual. I get that because growing up, we had some aunts and uncles too. They were my mother's roommates from college. And so when they got married and my parents would play pinochle or poker or something like twice a year at their house. And so we'd take sleeping bags because they'd be up late at night and we would fall asleep in the living room because they'd play so late. And then they'd throw us in the car and we'd go home late at night. And they were aunts and uncles to us, but we didn't really see the kids as cousins per se. We didn't see them beyond that, but I guess they just found it to be weird to say Mr. and Mrs. And that being said, my college roommate too, my kids call her aunt and her husband uncle, aunt and uncle. So I get that. I don't think it's that bizarre. I just find this nefarious, personally. I think there was an ulterior motive involved here. I don't think it was just that it just so happened to be that they were so close because these are girlfriends that are close. That was my mom and her college roommate. And this was me and my college roommate that were, we lived together. We were the same age. We were going through the same thing. Like you're bonded, like thicker than blood. When you go through stuff at that point in your life for that many years together, very different than being that close to a man without being close to the woman. It's possible, or it could be, there's all kinds of circumstances. I could have had a guy who was just like a best friend of mine in my life. And because he was so close to me, even though he wasn't my brother, I would have my kids call him uncle, even though he wasn't biologically an uncle. So I get it. But see, that wasn't the circumstance here. This was just some guy that lived nearby that obviously she had a crush on because guess what? She ended up marrying him. So this whole uncle, without ever hearing about auntie, she never said Uncle Paul and aunt, because that's how it is with my roommate and her husband. It's aunt and uncle. I could probably say their names, but just in case, like you're going to know them. Anyway. All right. All right. All right. Something nefarious is going on. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. Something's up. Something's up. Mm-hmm. All right. All right. So, yes. But detective. There's a lot. As we're going back through this, so much stuff we're going to dig up, right? We are going to dig up a lot. I know it. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Oh, look, we have dates, Missy Lane, Alice and Robert Mark. That's what it is. It's not Merrick. Or maybe it's Merrick, but it's just spelled funky. M-A-R-C-K. It's a funny looking name. Okay. Divorced May 11th of 88. Okay. Alice was sealed to Paul Sullivan. 1989? 1 year later? And they had their first child in April of 90? I did not know this. This is news to me. I did not know that happened so fast. What? What? You're joking. Oh, goodness. Sealed to Paul. About, yeah, because there's no legal records. 1989. First child. April 1990. Wowza. Oh, 114 likes. Thank you very much for hitting the like button, Sarah. Oops, it didn't show up. There we go. Oh my goodness. Thanks, Kathy. Robin is a natural born liar. You're right, Lynn Skinner. Okay. DJ. They knew each other. I don't believe that. For 1 second, the first wife turned over her husband to Alice. I don't either. I don't either. And you want to know proof of it? She made that man move out of state. He got a job in another state. I'm sure the story is he happened to get another job and it was out of state. But I think she's like, I'm taking the kids and we're going. Are you coming with us? Do you want to see your children? Yeah, you don't have to be polygamous to be part of that church, right? Because I remember that in an interview when Cody was talking in one of the episodes, there was a couple that they were talking to and they were debating whether he wanted to be a polygamist and she didn't want him to be a polygamist, but they both attended the AUB church. And they said it's not a requirement. It's just one of the tenets of the faith that makes you a better AUBer, I guess. Betty, trying to get dinner out and follow this. I mean, how are you going to do that? Like you have to like sit and read everything everyone says to be able to like really appreciate the Sister Friends live chat for sure. Alice and Paul got married the same year Cody and Mary did, I think. Oh, let me see. So that was 89. I'll put a question mark next to it and see if it's the same as Cody and Mary. look into that. Okay. Okay. I'm a little bit behind. I'm sorry, people in the comments. I'm trying to catch up. I'm almost there. My bed. I know it gives me the heebie-jeebies too. I think that's why I keep saying it. I mean, I'm just speaking truth. Oh, 1990, Missy says, was Mary and Cody. They were 1990. Close. It's when the baby was born. Yeah, I do remember when they were buying the houses and Robin had the 4 names. She's like, I'm not trying to hide anything. I just have a checkered past. That's just where it is. I'm not trying to hide anything. That's just, yeah, who I am. Right, Lundy. Yeah. And that's why I did it with my kids too. Because Mr. and Mrs. was too formal and first names was too informal. It just didn't seem right. It's a sign of respect. Yeah. Shanna. 63, and I call my parents close friends by Mr. and Mrs. Yeah, like we're losing that sign of respect. Kids call teachers by their first names in schools now, and they think it's funny. And some of the teachers let them get away with it. I would not. I would stop dead in my tracks and say, excuse me, are we on a first name basis? Are you my friend? I don't think so. Let's back up again. I've never told you my first name, nor will you call me by my first name. Mm-mm. Not in a school. 80% CMOS. You're right. I'm not. So he was Uncle Paul for 1 year. I mean, well, not necessarily. He could have been Uncle Paul. I mean, he could have been Uncle Paul when they were. I mean, it could have been why Bio Dad left. Because Uncle Paul was such a close part of the family. And he's kind of like, well, you know what? I got my eyes on someone else anyway. And she clearly has her eyes on Uncle Paul. So I'll just make it easy and pick up and go. He may have been trying to do her a solid by going, as opposed to the narrative that Robin gives of him just up and leaving because she married pretty quickly. Yeah. Sounds like she followed her mother's example, even in marrying another man right away. Probably seeing another man before even divorced. Yep. It's looking that way, doesn't it? Like mother, like daughter, right, Andrea? Yes. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. We went on a tangent here. We are off track. My apologies. That was my fault. We will get back on track. 189 watching. Yay. 124 likes. Let's give Jenny the love, you all. Oh, thanks, Kathy. That's a good percentage, though, I will say. That's a good percentage. Most people can't get to 50% likes on videos. So if you can get close to 50%, they say that's really good. So I love you, sister friends. Keep it up. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. I really do. I really do. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Lynn. Oh, here's a good question, DJ Tag. What I'd like to know is who gets Uncle Daddy's Paul's pension from working for the state now, since he wasn't legally married to Alice. That would be his ex-wife. Unless he did something with court documents and that afterwards. I mean, it would be interesting, right? As soon as he retired, he left Nevada and left that wife and moved in with Alice, moved back to Utah, moved in with Alice and lived there until he passed away. But you know, he took his life. So I know no details about it, nothing. But I've also heard that it was tragic, but it is tragic because anyone that does that, it's tragic. So I don't understand, like, because now he's living the life he always wanted. I don't know. You know, you don't know what demons people are dealing with in life, right? Okay, here we go. We are hitting go. Oh, this is kind of the boring part. I might be talking through this. We're in New York City, everybody. Woo! Actually, I like New York City.
It was my first time in New York City. I mean, you see so many movies about it and everything.
It's my first time in New York City.
It's so big. It was so
So
overwhelming.
big.
It
So
was so just
overwhelming.
loud and noisy and wild. And I was just like,
She was slack jobbed the whole time.
I was just like this the whole time.
Oh man, who doesn't love New York?
I love it. The energy of that place. That I know. I love it.
It's exciting.
Yeah, I love
China
it.
Square at
It's
1
great.
a.m.
Oh yeah.
What a fun experience. Yeah, I like New York, man. The people were cool. What an experience. And the Today Show.
Today's show was surreal. It was like, wow. What are we? How did we get here? It was
Oh my goodness.
so wild.
We were on the set for about 3 hours from start to finish, and they said during commercial breaks they were going to show us. So we just had to sit on the couch, and they'd go, "Okay, you're on in 5, 4," and they'd really count it down. I'm like, "Oh my gosh!"
So it was a lot of sitting and waiting, and I had been drinking water a lot that morning. So I just needed to go visit the ladies' room. And almost as soon as I got in there, there was some banging on the door. "Mary, hurry, you're about on." So I ran in there with my pants unzipped.
Yeah,
Hey,
the whole interview. The whole interview
with your pants on?
The whole interview. You did? Oh my gosh, Mary. It is. We're sitting there, and suddenly I hear Christine, and I look around, and then I'm thinking, there's somebody else named Christine here, and it's Meredith, and she's all, "Christine, I'm Meredith." And I'm all, "I know who you are." And then she's all, I'm Meredith. How's Truly doing?" It was like, "I don't even know you, and I know who you are. It's really weird that you're asking me how my daughter's doing." It was fantastically weird.
You nervous?
Mm-hmm.
Nervous?
It's crazy.
I didn't know how to analyze myself at that point. I didn't want to. So you're there asking, what are you thinking? And I'm like, I don't want to think now. It might freak me out. You got to remember, I jumped out of an airplane and I haven't opened my parachute yet. I don't know if it will work.
It was all this
Well,
adrenaline.
maybe you
and all
should have
this
planned and
pressure, it
prepared,
was like-
Cody.
It was basically taking it all and handing it over to God at that point. It was intense.
6, 5, 4, 3.
We are back at 8:09. What defines a family has certainly changed throughout the years. These days, families include single parents, step-parents, even 2 moms or 2 dads. Cody Brown and his wives, Mary, Janelle, Christine, and Robin are with us now. Good morning to you all.
Good morning.
I'm going to say at the outset that this is the kind of lifestyle that most people would not embrace and certainly don't understand. So let me start with you, Cody. You do not come from a plural family, as it is called. Your dad was not a polygamist. So what led you down this path? What made you choose polygamy?
It's just I know the answer.
Oh, come on, Cody.
My brain and my mouth wouldn't connect.
My name is Cody. Connect with mouth.
Yeah, I needed a cue card. Oh, that's right. My name is Cody Brown.
Oh, that's right. I am a polygamist.
I just didn't know what to say. I was like, could Janelle, you know the answer, don't you? Christine, will you tell me the answer? No amount of coffee will help you answer the question when Meredith looks you in the eyes and say, why are you a polygamist?
Yeah, you don't need any coffee. You just answer the question, Cody.
It's just part of a faith belief. And
Christine behind him looks so disappointed in him right now.
This is kind of where
she's
it
like,
landed.
I think it's funny that there's just parts of it. This is live TV. It's national TV. I just became a public polygamist.
I just
my life is different now.
There's no going back.
Another I.
We've made our decision. We made our decision a while ago. And each step gets us closer and closer to, well, I guess we're doing it now. I guess we're doing it now. But now really, there's no going back. We're now out there.
We've jumped out of the airplane and we're free falling. And that's the experience. That's where you look and you just say, I'm going to trust my equipment, and I'm jumping out of the airplane.
I think that what we're doing is a good thing because I think, we're a very solid family. And I think that it's good to show people that this lifestyle, you can have a solid family and you can have a happy family. So I'm glad to be showing that. And we wanted to go to Central Park.
Come from the side and you come from the side and go like this.
Oh, that is so cheesy.
Can I have my face in the picture? I did some with your face up close.
We needed to get home because we're concerned about the kids.
I don't care if you have those things to say to me, but say them to my face.
So you're not legally married. You're only legally married to Mary.
Correct.
Your first wife, right?
That's right.
Could you get in legal trouble now that you've gone public?
Raising children in a closed society could cause a lot more damage than any kind of legal process.
Intellectual answer, Christine.
No, I mean, here's the thing is you don't go out saying, hey, I want 7 or 10 or, you can't do that.
Can I be the fifth wife?
So we were in the middle of the day announcing to the world, that we were polygamists and we wanted to go to Central Park.
It's New York City. I've got to go see something.
You don't go to New York City and not go to Central Park.
Okay, tonight, where do you want a picture with you? And him? Pick a place. Hurry. Right now.
It's fine. She's excited. Whatever.
You come from the side and you come from the side and go like this.
Oh, that is so cheesy.
Oh, I think you're fun.
Oh, stop with that now.
I got your butt. Back. I got your back. 1, 2, 3.
This should be the work of an ambassador. So let me manage this. Mary is a photographer, takes great pictures. So Christine has some very wonderful pictures. And Janelle has some very wonderful pictures. Christine is very creative, but she's not a photographer. So Mary does not have very many good pictures.
Can I have my face in the picture? I did some with your face up close. Keep going. That's it. You don't want closer than that. You can't see.
Janelle, you take pictures.
I have to say something different. The pictures that Mary takes of me are ones that she would like.
Yes,
It's not ones that I like necessarily because she doesn't get the background. And you want close up in the picture, not as much back.
I like to see the people.
Christine always sabotages Mary's pictures.
I did not. Christine does not want me to have good pictures.
I think she does actively sabotage.
I don't.
I look for the perfect moment. I'm like, hold still.
Hold still, hold still. Just waiting for the flag to billow. 1, 2, 3.
This is Christine taking a picture. Mary, hold still. Okay, good picture. Burn. Sorry, sweetie.
You know, now though that Christine and I have discussed and discovered that we like different things in pictures, I think she's more aware. Oh, it's probably taken 16 years for us to figure that out.
Yeah.
You know, she's probably always all these years been like, why is there no background? And I'm like, why is there only background? You know, so communication, I tell you, it's key.
We had a great time in New York, but we needed to get home because we were concerned about the kids.
And the word was spreading so fast. I mean,
It went viral.
we had to get back to our little home base that we've talked about. This was our home base.
It's the peace place. It's where the magic is.
Coming back to Utah is a very different thing than being in New York and being open. Coming back to Utah is like, okay, here's where the real
This is home turf.
This is home turf. Our own people, are they going to accept us? People in our community,
Our neighbors.
are they going to accept us? Are they going to be open to us?
Hi, sweetheart. How's it going?
Hey.
Did you get on the internet at all?
Yeah, a lot.
Maddie, she get on the internet. Yeah, a lot.
I don't think blogs are safe to read.
You know, and I had really wanted to kind of be there to buffer. And our teenagers have a mind of their own sometimes, and I told her not to, but of course she had to.
We didn't read the blogs. We started to. One person was really nice, but then we didn't. Then we're like, oh, that's not worth it.
Sometimes when you read opinions and they're not positive, it gets under your skin, and it's not safe, I don't think, for
It's not safe.
A young
Drink.
teenager who's under the influence of public opinion. And so we just wanted to be there and say, you're okay, we're okay, you're a good person, and you're loved, and this is a happy family. You just have to protect your kids from some words.
With blogging, you have no accountability. You can say what you want. You can. I feel like I don't care if you have those things to say to me, but say them to my face.
It's true. Hide behind the computer.
There's a lot of fear in our culture. Those of us that were raised in this culture understand that there's a fear that your dad's will be taken away. There's a fear that you'll be taken from your home. That's a fear we know. Now we're in a fear we don't know. We don't kind of know how it's going to happen. We don't know how it's going to work out. But all the more reason to just be open and honest and just hope. We're sitting here, a complete open book, hoping that people will look at us and just go, they're okay. They're fine. I can connect with, that part of what they do and just realize that they're just a family.
We begin this half hour with the polygamist family from Utah, now the target of a bigamy investigation.
You never did this out of any disrespect for the law. You turn around and there's this
I did it. All right, I can keep my eye on it while it goes through the commercials so I can hit pause when I do. We have one more section left. Let me give a shout out because I've been really bad the past couple lives not doing this. It's part of the membership for big supporters and exclusive SOS supporters. Those two levels is to do a live shout out. So members who are at the big supporter level are Leslie Reddick, G. Kitty 52, Linda W., Carla Colson, Aaliyah, Crafty Florida Lady, Shaniqua Smith, Alwyn the Mini Chef, Lynn Skinner, Knit My Bit, and Elizabeth Murphy. And then our exclusive SOS supporters are New River Trail Contemplations, Vanessa CHSYL. This is I should just practice this ahead of time. This was a new one. Shotzi's Piece. Anonymous, Evie, Joni C615, Birdie K, Bethany Parker, Diane Almeida, Marsha Cooper, Jay Shanty 3, Living an Eclectic Life. Let me hit pause. Okay. Farron Allman, Kendra MP, That's My Shoe, Amy D, I'm Your Huckleberry, Libby Sure, Laura McWilliams, Lindsay B, Lisa, Sochitel Amarillo, Holly Jones, Brenda, Joni C, Susan Price, Sherry Pasek, Lisa Gasca, Tracy's Fractured History and more, Alexandria Swan, Shanna Banana, Rain Lady, Cheryl Smith, Sarah Lewis, Sean J, Marie Crabb, Waldo's Mom, Sharon, Lisa F, Danny Towns, Michelle, Ms. Lita, Ladybird's Mom, Donna Redmond, Jessica Denham, Kaylin, Alyssa 1704, and Dee Dee. Thank you all for your membership. Thank also all of you at the Keep the Lights On level 2. I appreciate everybody. I truly do. You are the best. And oh my goodness, and I look up and boom, we have super chats. Okay. Super chat, DJ Tag. Got a super sticker. It's not showing up. Let's do it this way. There we go. Super sticker from DJ Tag. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And Shanna Banana with a $10 super chatter. Losing my head. Not even drinking, but losing my head. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. All right. We are in our last segment, people. Last segment. Yes, we are. Okay. We are back in the studio. And Meredith Vieira is talking. I like Meredith Vieira. She was good on NBC News. Here we go. Oh, let me go back just like 10 seconds.
With the polygamous family from Utah, now the target of a bigamy investigation.
You never did
sorry.
this out of any disrespect.
It says coming up.
You turn around and there's this investigation.
Half hour with the polygamous family from Utah we first met here on Today last week, now the target of a bigamy investigation.
Yeah. No one's, as far as I know, no one's been threatened.
It turns out the Lehigh City Police Department launched an investigation into the polygamous marriage.
We intend to investigate it and see where that leads us. Once that's done, we'll forward that on to the county attorney's office.
Monday night we got word that the police department is doing an investigation into the family and just to see if we are charged with bigamy.
Okay, but they're not.
Police are not giving a timetable for their investigation of the Browns, but said that once it's complete, it will be up to the Utah Attorney General's office to decide if criminal charges will be filed.
How we doing?
We're okay. A little stressful, but just trying to have things as they come and trying to get appropriate information and sort of making sure we cover all our bases. And I think we already do. We don't really have anything to worry about, I don't think.
Can you get me her blankie?
Kids were okay this morning. Just want to make sure they don't get scared or, stressed out or worried. And hopefully the kids at their school will be kind to them. Hopefully their parents have been, nice and representing it because, we don't want to mess with the kids' heads. So
There's guys outside. Thank you.
Oh, great. Well, that's fantastic. They're going to film you going to school.
Yeah, there's guys outside.
We have press. They're filming the house. And have press filming the house and coming out the door. So they just filmed the front of the house. Yeah.
They're filming the house again.
That's not good.
Yeah, they're on our yard too.
There was this reporter all of a sudden.
You looked out the window and there's a van and there's a reporter and they've got a camera.
It seems like one of the kids was the first one who noticed it.
Mm-hmm.
It was freaky.
I mean, there's also a lot of cars and TLC cameras around.
I didn't like that. And instantly I did not feel safe. I'm like, I worried about the safety of our kids with them coming home from school. I didn't want them to film our kids.
Oh my gosh. So we had this one photographer staked out at our house for a while. And we wanted to kind of keep the younger children kind of protected from him. Okay, we need to run over to Grandma's because we need to divert the paparazzi guy that's out there. We need him to follow us over to Grandma's so that when all the little kids come home and get off the bus, he's not here taking pictures of them. We decided that when the kids came home from school on the bus, we didn't want them to see him. So I got in the car with a couple of the kids and we took off for a little drive. Get in the car, buddy. And he followed us. I'm kidding, he's following us. He thought he was getting this great stuff of me and Garrison and McKelty driving around town.
It's like one of the benefits of having a sister wife. Who would have thought by no paparazzi?
And Sister Wives totally saves the paparazzi issue. It's a good thing.
It was clever.
There's been so many unknowns and so many things we didn't plan on. And it's been really hard on us just not knowing. But I think Cody bears the brunt of it.
Oh, well,
You know,
Cody.
you spend your whole life trying to be a decent person. You spend your whole life, so you screw up all the time. I'm certainly no saint.
Okay,
And
yeah.
You
Okay.
never did this out of any disrespect for the law. You simply are in a lifestyle out of love and out of choosing to abide in your faith. And then you turn around and there's this investigation.
It's just an
It
investigation.
scares you. Your optimism told you that it'd work out all right, but now
Yeah.
you're faced with the reality. of
There's no
something much scarier.
reality.
And it makes you
Where'd your
search your
optimism
soul.
go?
It makes you
Where's your faith?
look up to the heavens and say, "You got my back."
Right. Do you have a faith or
Puts you
don't
in
you?
touch with your maker.
Put you in touch with your maker.
Really, really quick, because I know you guys all have many things you would rather be doing. Safety. Why are you talking about safety?
I was gonna say because there's people in our yard.
Because there's people.
Here's the deal, kids. Everybody knows your name. Everybody knows your name, okay? And just because I know your name or a person knows your name doesn't mean that they are your friend.
Yes, we're taking a risk for our children, but we believe, at least I believe, that it's going to be worth it to them in the long run. And I don't think anything that's ever been worth achieving has not come without some adversary and without some struggle.
I don't know how you feel.
Wait. I'm
Is that
sorry.
like
We have to
worth-
pause. What did she say? I don't think anything that's been worth the cheating. What? Wait. Put captions on. English closed captions. Sorry. I don't understand what she said. I was also reading the chat at the same time. So it's part of the problem because you guys are funny. Right. The stress music is too much. Too much. Yeah. Let's make it more dramatic than it needs to be. I wonder if production played into this at all, because clearly Cody's highly neurotic and a major over-exaggerator and just can take, make a mountain out of a molehill. He also loves attention. So turning this into a big dramatic thing, he knows that that's good for television. And I'm sure the producers have told him the more dramatic the season can be, the better off it will be. So turning this into sort of a big deal is right up his alley. And I just wonder how much. I mean, because obviously the investigation was the investigation. The producers didn't go to the police and talk them into doing that. It's just an investigation. There were no charges. It was just to look to see if any kind of bigamy was going on. Well, there wasn't bigamy. It was just polygamy. So they're fine. He did not legally marry multiple wives. He is not trying to take funds for multiple wives financially from the government. That's what bigamy is trying to protect. And that wasn't going on. To the best of my knowledge. No, I don't think any of that was going on. So they had nothing to worry about. But they're really making a big deal out of this. They're also making a really big deal out of the fact that the kids at school and they're gonna, what's gonna happen? The bigger deal that you guys make out of this, the more anxious and nervous and neurotic your kids are going to be. You see what happened with Robin's kids. It seemed like they turned into a bundle of absolute nerves. Right? Right, Kathy? Right? Thank you. Thank you for the super sticker, Kathy. It's kind of you. Appreciate it. Oh, and Little Miss too. Thank you for your super sticker as well. I appreciate you. Oh, it's crazy. All right. All right. Where are we here? Robin called TMZ. Now that I believe. All right. Nicole says, notes to self had an idea why they moved, that they lived in a polygamous community and the neighbors didn't want cameras around them. The AUB church wasn't happy. I do know that the AUB church was never happy with the idea of them doing this show, which could partly contribute to the idea why they don't talk a whole lot about their religion in the church, which was a huge disappointment at the beginning of this, because I thought I want to know more about this faith and this religion that they ascribe to that would encourage them or force them or sway them to do such a thing. Like, who would sign up for such a thing? I'm so confused. And there was really not a whole lot of that. It didn't dive deep into it. There wasn't a whole lot of doctrine talk or that. So it makes sense that the church really didn't want anything to do with it. The neighbors being upset, you could not ever see where they lived, or like there was no hint of, there was no neighbors' houses, or I couldn't tell if the nearest neighbor was 10 miles away, or I think they were actually fairly close. I think I saw recently like an overhead shot that I'm like, oh, there's houses nearby. Although I believe a long time ago, there weren't a whole lot of houses nearby, and then it has since developed. But I was shocked to see that there were houses like on both sides of them. I really thought that they were like out in the boonies, and because of the way they shot it. So, I mean, I get that the neighbors probably were unhappy about it, but I mean, pick up your whole family unhappy, sad, crying, tormented, and move because the neighbors are unhappy. Like, it just seems like a bit of a stretch, that part of it for me. I do get the church was upset. I really think it's much more Robin didn't want to move into that house, and they couldn't find another house nearby that fit them. And I don't think really Robin wanted to move into one big house anyway. And Christine didn't want to move into one big house. At this point, she wasn't really saying anything. But when they were all on the couch saying, oh, we can't wait till we all get in that one house together, and Robin's like, I just see them all working together. And I just can't wait. And they're all nodding, Cody, all the wives, except Christine, who's just sitting there stoic. She didn't nod at all there at the beginning. Like right from the get-go, she was ready to get out. She's like, I'm done. I'm done being the basement wife. Because I can see right now, Robin, she's not going to become the basement wife. I'm still going to be the basement wife. I've always been the basement wife. I've never been the favored one. McCulty was talking about it in her Patreon, how her and her siblings, Christine's kids, were not the favored kids of Cody. Janelle's kids were. Like Christine and her kids, the basement family. And now here comes the new young shiny penny into the family on top of it. She's below the basement now. She's sub-level. Yeah, she's like, yeah, I'm not interested. So by moving to Vegas and then doing the whole cul-de-sac thing, which was probably on our mind the entire time, Robin could always have her independence, always have her own home. They could be close, but not that close. So I think that was part of Robin's plan all along. And Uncle Daddy lived in Vegas. So let's go to Vegas. I mean, why not move up to Montana? It's where a big part of the AUB culture is. They have family up there. Is that where the ranch is? I never remember if it's Montana or Wyoming. between Montana and Wyoming, there's a lot of polygamy up there. Why didn't they just go up north? I guess I should say. Instead, they went down south, where there's nobody except for Robin's daddy, Uncle Daddy, Step Uncle Daddy. Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's another sticker here. DJ Tag again? Thank you, DJ Tag. Appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. These buttons are getting hard to see. Shanna's got her drink on tonight. She's feeling no pain. Monica, if I remember correctly, Mariah was the only one that wanted to be a polygamist. Also, Aspen was, I don't think so. But then she met Mitch and she's like, hell no, he's my man. Nobody else is touching him. So, but she was kind of like, I don't think so. Maddie was always like, yeah, this isn't for me. No way. Logan was always like, no way. Yeah, Cody and his big dill. His little dill. He's got a little dill. L-I-L. Little dill. Cody and the little dill. That's a good children's book. Cody and the little dill. Cody and his little dill. Okay. All right. What are we talking about? Where are we? All right. Julianne Kinkle is keeping us all straight. Technically, polygamy is illegal in all 50 states with different penalties. Yeah, that is true. Now you mention that. My son pointed out that in order for Utah to become a state, that was the one part that they had to ratify in their bylaws, state constitution or whatever, that they had to eradicate and eliminate polygamy. And once they did, then Utah could become a state. That was the one thing that was holding them up, that they wouldn't accept them as a state. So, yeah, I guess polygamy is also illegal. But they weren't trying to prosecute them on polygamy. I think pretty much all the government is sort of looking the other way when it came to polygamy. But bigamy, they have a ground to stand on, because polygamy really is, as they say, it's sort of a choice. It's, if they say it's faith-based, fine. It's like, you want to live that way? Okay, you do you, boo. Not a great idea, but that's your choice. There'll be consequences for those choices, but that's your choice. Whereas bigamy affects the government. It affects all the people, because then it comes down to federal funds going to support. And then it gets into fraud and everything. So, okay. All right. Anyone know where that's from? I don't think I've ever seen that movie. I just know the clip from it. Oh, Maddie V, thank you so much for $59 super sticker. And okay, what is that denomination? I'm gonna have to look that up now. It always makes me, I love learning. Norwegian, Norway. Thank you for your Norway money, for your Norwegian money. I appreciate you, Maddie. Thank you. All the way from Norway. This is late. for Norway. And I appreciate you being up watching us live. That's amazing. All right. Loomis says, I hate that Cody makes Wyoming look bad. It's such a gorgeous state. Wish I lived there. Yeah, he's really tainted a lot of things that are good in life. Everything he touches, he turns bad. Yeah, that's it. Matthew McConaughey. That's right. All right, all right, all right. Matthew McConaughey plays a dude who loves picking up high school girls. Cody would approve of his lack of interest in the internal lives of women. All I know, I saw an interview with Matthew McConaughey once where he improv that line at that point in the scene. He just felt like it should have been there at that point. I'm trying to think if it was in the audition, if it was just in the actual movie. I want to say it may have been in the audition that he did that. And he just felt like it needed to go there. And they're like, oh, you can say whatever you want, but like, here's a script and you can go with this. And then he went, all right, all right, all right. And it became famous. Yes, I did see Coyote Pass Old. I haven't seen all the deets on it, but I do know that it was divided equally amongst the 4 of them, which I don't like because it shouldn't have been. It should have been divided 3 ways, not 4 ways. But it is what it is. It is what it is. And how did the money get divided up when Cody and Robin sold their house? It, to my knowledge, wasn't divided up. Somebody asked McKelty that in her Patreon, and she goes, I doubt they gave any money to anybody. I mean, should have been, but I doubt. So she came right out. And she is still very much the Cody and more Robin apologist on her channel. So when she says something negative about him, it speaks volumes. And she said, yeah, that money should have been, some of that money should have gone to other people. But she said, I'm sure it didn't. Something to the effect of, I'm sure we would have heard about it if it did. And we've heard nothing. So I'm sure it didn't. All right. All right. Okay, let's finish up. Last little segment here. Here we go.
Anything that's ever been for children, but
okay. All right, but now Joe Biden and
sorry,
there's the breath.
This great and he followed us. And
my apologies. I'm trying to find where we were.
And your whole life, so you screw up all the time. I'm certainly no saint. And you never did this out of any disrespect for the law.
Okay, this is kind of where we left off.
In the lifestyle out of love and out of choosing to abide in your faith. And then you turn around and there's this investigation and it scares you. Your optimism told you that it would work out all right. But now you're faced with the reality of something much scarier. And it makes you search your soul. It makes you look up to the heavens and say, you got my back. Puts you in touch with your maker.
Did your maker tell you? Not really, Cody.
Safety. Why are you talking about safety?
I was gonna say because there's people in our yard.
Because there's people.
Here's the deal, kids. Everybody knows your name. Everybody knows.
We heard this already. I'm sorry.
And just because I know your name or a person knows your name doesn't mean that they are your friend.
Yes, we're taking a risk for our children, but we believe, at least I believe, that it's
Isabel is so cute when she's little.
And
oh my
I don't
gosh.
think anything that's ever been worth achieving
has not come without some adversary and without some struggle.
Oh, that's what I was trying to find. I don't think that anything that's been worth achieving has come without some adversary or struggle. Okay, I disagree. I think that some things that you can achieve without adversary and struggle. But not in Robin's life. I take that. In Robin's life, she will create drama, adversary, and struggle in all circumstances. So everything in her life that she achieves, she has gone through adversary, struggle, and strife to get there. I know where she's coming from. I get it now. Right. For the rest of us in the world, we just call that life. Little things we brush off from day to day and move on. Don't even notice it happened, actually. Actually, it was a lovely day. I had a perfect day. Nothing went wrong. And probably 10 things went wrong. But, you just move on and you keep going. To Robin, that would be a catastrophe. See, we see life through different glasses. Everything is traumatic and dramatic to her. So, yes, anything you achieve in life is with adversary and struggle. No. You can achieve things in life. You can have good things in life without adversary and struggle. You can also achieve things in life through adversary and struggle, but not everything needs to be that way. Just saying, Robin. Okay, moving on.
How you feel? Is anybody worried?
How do you feel?
And then somebody was asking me if my dad was going to job thing.
There is an investigation being done. That does not mean that he is going to jail.
Okay.
I have actually been doing a lot of thinking since the investigation has come up about whether or not I would do this again. Because it has the potential of messing up our job situations. It has the potential of splitting up our family. But I would choose this again. It scares me to death. The possibility of being taken away from my family, or to have Cody taken away from us, and the kids needing to be split up. It scares me to death because I don't want that. But for the chance that this might change for us in the future, I would choose this route again for us.
I would choose it again. I'm tired of being afraid. I'd choose it again. I don't want my kids and my grandkids growing up oppressed.
Oppressed.
I don't know. I don't know if I would. I don't know.
That is the most honest answer right there. The end. Moira, you're right. No, she's not cute anymore. She's beautiful now. She's like strikingly beautiful now is what she is. But she was just so stinking cute in this footage. I'd forgotten how cute she was as a little kid. Robin's addiction to drama is a real thing. Yes. Cody's one big screw up. Mary's crying real tears. Now that's how it's done, Robin. Take a look at your friend over there. She wouldn't do it again. Now, what were they saying at the end that they wouldn't do again? Were they saying they wouldn't go public again? Or they wouldn't do polygamy again? Was anyone else paying attention? I was reading the chat. I caught their responses to it. I just forgot what I didn't catch what they were responding to. Foreshadowing by Christine. Yeah, I don't know. But was it Christine was honest? Yeah. These first couple seasons, I really like Christine. I was talking about that on Sunday night about how the juxtaposition of the new Christine now and her authentic self right now. I feel like she was authentic here at the beginning with a little bit of pushing forth the positive side of AUB. So there was an agenda, but I felt she was authentic. She was authentic with an agenda to portray. And she was able to separate the two of those. You could still see the real Christine. You could see emotions. You could see fear. You could see honesty. And then we kind of eventually got to the years of her kind of shutting down, and you didn't see a whole lot of her. She was just kind of going through the motions, like robotic mode. And then at the very end, she was just kind of trying to make peace as she was getting out. And then now I'm struggling with it because it feels to me, I'm not saying this is how it is, but it feels to me that she is almost trying to act the role of what she always wanted to be, almost like she's putting it on display for Cody. I feel like this is all, I think it's genuine. I think she loves David. I think they're perfect together. I think they're meant to be together. I think it is her soulmate. That, don't get me wrong. But it's just, what we just saw here now, this genuine side of her, this vulnerable side of her, this real side of her, I haven't seen in so long. It's just roses and sunshine and farting rainbows all the time. It's too much. It's just not right. I enjoy positivity a ton. Love positivity. Love my real positive friends. But I also see the real side of them too. I see tears and I see realness, and we have normal conversations that aren't screaming excited fun all the time. There's the bring it back down to reality part. And the camera's not showing us that. So maybe it's not Christine's fault. Maybe it's all TLC's fault. For this is the edit that we're getting. That could be. And I'm not huge on following her social media, so maybe on her social media we're getting more honesty in that, but I don't think so. I think her social media is a lot of kind of pushing plexus. I might be wrong. I don't know. But I do love me Christine, because Christine had always been my favorite for like a good decade or more. All right. Oh, that's a well put, Betty B. Isabel has a serene presence. She does, doesn't she? Ever since she was a child, she had my oldest child is the exact same way. She's very much an Isabel. Very much an Isabel. She was that way ever since she was a newborn. Would never cry. The only one that would ever cry is when I put her in a car or driving around. And I think it's because I may have put the seatbelt too tight, because they were saying you should be tight enough to only get 2 fingers in there. And I think it meant 2 fingers sideways, but I meant just 2 fingers in general. I think it may have been too tight. I may have been hurting her. It may have been my fault. I don't know. Possibly. I'm not sure. But that was the only thing she didn't like. But yeah, she is, and she kind of, in a different way, she resembles her. Her serenity resembles her. She's very, usually has more of a serious face, and is ponders a lot, thinks through things, doesn't just speak out, will listen. Yeah, doesn't interrupt. Yeah, very much. It's very interesting. She is very Isabelle-y. She's Isabelle-y. Yeah, it could be how she copes. It could be. And it's like, you know, a lot of people said she's like living the childhood that she missed. Well, not the childhood, because she had the childhood. She just didn't have she didn't have her 20s, really. She didn't have her, I mean, she had her high school years. She went through high school, but she didn't really have her 20s. You know, that time when you're out and dating people. She didn't have the college years. Although her dad said, Christine, go to college, but she didn't. Yeah, she didn't have that period of time. So that's it. Although there's lots of people who don't, and they don't all act like that. So, like, at the same time, you know, I guess anybody can justify anything depending on how you look at it. You know, I don't know. She didn't cry so much early on. So why does she now? Deflection to keep Cody from being mean to her. Learn behavior. Was this Robin? She cried more than I thought because of that beginning. Like, I don't want to cry about this. She definitely cries way more now than she did at the beginning, if we're talking about Robin. But I'm surprised because I didn't remember her crying at all at the beginning, and she did have some of the crying. I feel like it's a learned behavior that has served her well, and she is like bought into it more and more and more and more. Yeah. Knit my bit. Well said. Old soul. And your daughter's like an Isabel too? Yes. Yes. My oldest is an old soul. She has like one of my grandmother's spirits in her or something. Very much. All right. I don't know, Moira. I haven't looked out far enough to see 5 episodes and 4 tell-alls. Is that what we have left? Well, there was supposed to be a Garrison specific one. So I feel like that's just going to be a disjointed out of the, like, not really sequential, because I feel like it's going to target more like mental health. And I don't think it's going to be so much about him and the relationships and why, that kind of stuff. I don't think they're going to go that direction with it. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I really don't know. And my guess was it was going to be the first one back, because chronologically, based on where we left off, this is right around the time that happened when we look at the timeline here. So I thought it'd be the first one coming back, but to do it on Easter Sunday just feels odd to me. It's supposed to be one of the, it's like the happiest day in the Christian faith. No, anyway. I mean, not that everyone's Christian, but they say 80% of Americans anyway claim to be Christian of some form. They may be non-practicing, but if they were to when they claim a faith on a form, they'd say, I'm Christian. Anyway, so I just found it odd. But whatevs. TLC does what TLC wants to do. And maybe it's not the Garrison. Maybe it's not. Maybe they'll put Garrison at the very end. That's a possibility too. Yeah, we do get a fair amount of fake crying. Yeah, true. None of it has been real crying. She can get her eyes to water, but anybody can if they just stare without blinking. So all she has to do, and she's always looking up, so all she has to do is find a light and then just keep looking at it, and then just keep, and she pokes at her eyes enough. Just, if you take a dry tissue and you stick it in at your eyes enough time, you're going to get your eyes to water. Oh, goodness. All right. I'm scrolling. Yes, Andrea, it is going to be sad. And the fact that we don't know when it's coming, I don't like that because I just want to like be mentally prepared. I'm going to watch it no matter what, but I just want to go into it knowing that this is what I'm going to go into, you know, like, because when I got the news, it hit me so hard that it, you know, it was like I couldn't breathe for a period of time. And then that was it for the rest of that day. I was right in the middle of making a video. I was waiting for a commercial to go so I could edit something and record something. And I just shut it all down. I couldn't continue. That was the end of the day for me. It ruined my day. Ruined more than my day, but I just don't want that to happen again. I just don't want to like not expect it. We're going to come back. We're going to start doing Sister Wives episodes. And then all of a sudden, like the third one in, boom, this is the Garrison one. I just don't want them to do that to us. All right. All right. Hi, Kathy. Hope your son did well in his baseball game. Or maybe it's practice. Moira. Oh, it's 62%. Well, it's going down. Well, oh, maybe that's just of all, like, I heard it was 80% in the United States. So maybe it's like across. But yeah, that's why I just felt it odd. But that's why I think it might not be on Easter Sunday. But I could be wrong, like I say. What do I know? What do I know? Mama Celeste, thank you for gifting memberships. So 5 people are going to get memberships that don't currently have them for a month. That's fantastic. So 5 of you lucky people. You're going to receive them thanks to Mama Celeste. For a month, you will be a member of this channel. Make sure you use all those little emojis that you get while you're in there too. Appreciate you. Good night, Joni. Okay. We have made it to the end. Okay, people. Fantastic. Your quote, if you dare to accept it. I like this one, actually. Actually, like I don't like the other ones. It's a good one. It's a good one. Truth. Speaking truth here. Here we go. Peace and joy at the highest level comes down to one question. Can you derive happiness from someone else's success? Especially if it's something that both of you want or would like or could possibly have, and somebody else gets a success. Can you find peace, joy, and happiness for that person? It's a good question. Make you dig deep in your soul. All of you who are here to the end, I'm glad you are, because the outro at the end, I changed a little bit. So you are the first to see it. Look at that. Yes, yes, yes. I will see all of you tomorrow night. Anyone who feels like it, you can join me. I will be getting my drink on tomorrow night. So we celebrate the last day we have to see Hilaria or Hysteria or Hillary, because that's really her name. And Alec. I thought the whole thing was just going to be making fun of Alec. I thought he was going to be another Cody Brown. He's not another Cody Brown. He's probably horrible. He's probably acting through all this because he's a good actor. But I don't know, because his wife is so insufferable that you just can't get past her. That's all we talk about the whole time. So come join us. It's on my other channel. The link is down below. I believe it's actually on my main page. If you scroll to the bottom, it says other channels I recommend or other channels to check out. And it's right there. It has my picture on it. It has a big link to it. So scroll to the bottom of my main page. You get it there, and you'll get it also in the notes description of the channel. So you can't miss it. It's called Reality TV Breakdown. We'll be there tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. And then everybody who's in the exclusive level of membership, I will see you at 10 p.m. in my pajamas. We're back to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I can't complain. You Norwegians and Swedens and everybody else who watches this at 1 o'clock in the morning. I can't complain, right? So 10 o'clock at night Eastern Standard Time, we'll be watching Sister Wives live together Sunday night. And then we'll all discuss it next Tuesday night here. So we're going to pause, put a pin in it, put a pause on season 2 as we continue these last episodes of season 19. As soon as that wraps up, we will pick back up with the rest of season 2 and keep it going. All right, there's the whole outline. Signing off. Good night, sister friends. Love y'all. Goodbye.
I remember when Sonny and Cher got divorced when I was 6, and it rattled me.
I had a lover in college, and it was a little tryst. I was a naughty boy.
Things that make you go,